I'm here to present the SCORE Award for Outstanding Green Small Business. It's another new award category for this year, and one that Office Depot is particularly proud to present and sponsor. Most of you probably don't know this, but Office Depot was ranked America's #1 greenest large retailer by Newsweek magazine in 2010 and in 2011. We're pretty proud of that. At Office Depot, we really know the value of going green, and so does our award recipient of today. Construction and demolition and debris comprise an estimated 25 to 45% of North American waste, with up to 25% of that waste being recycled. However, that still leaves a whopping 75% that ends up in the landfill. For a perspective, it is estimated that approximately 2.5 to 4 tons of waste is generated by any one single home that is built. One home, just think about that. In cities with high concentrations of development, you can imagine the amount of waste amassing in the landfills today. USA Gypsum is doing just that. They're recycling. Let's take a look at the amazing story.
The business was started in 1997 by a business acquaintance of mine. He was an agronomist that means he recommends minerals for the soil. And he made the link between gypsum being a part of drywall and what they needed for farmers. He met a dairy farmer who said drywall should work, and they started testing in 1997. One thing led to another. I ended up buying the business in 2000. It was a good fit for me because my background was in agriculture. Basically all my life grew up on a family farm. I then branched out and became a contractor for about 15 years, and so I had kind of a background in the construction side, which is where the drywall scraps are generated, and also understood something about the farming side, which is what the product is primarily used for. I became involved with SCORE in 2008, so a little more than 4 years ago. SCORE really helped me because my mentor, Lou Davenport, had an extensive financial background. He helped me to reformat my P&Ls to more accurately reflect my gross profit levels and to focus on them. He then also helped me write a good business plan along with the financial packages and analysis that a bank would like to see, and put them together. And the result of that was that we applied for financing to 5 different banks and received proposals from 5 different banks, and that resulted in us obtaining the receivable and equipment financing that we needed to move forward.
You know, Terry came at this business, not because he was great at doing something, but identifying a need, in a market, and saying, I'm going to plunge into this and provide a service that nobody else was providing, or at least not nearly as successfully as he's been able to do it. So I think it's a great example of a market niche, where you're not necessarily trying to be all things to all people, but finding a place that you can really do an outstanding job in focusing on being the expert in that particular market niche.
His experience in finance at a level closer to where I want to go than where I'm at is something that I'm not sure I really could have purchased or could have afforded to purchase if I would have found it. In our case, we weren't necessarily losing money, but we weren't making the kind of returns on equity and on profits that we should have. And I would give credit to SCORE for helping me to improve our bottom line. We have managed to increase our gross profit and our net profit every year since I began working with SCORE. And I think that's really the bottom line, is the results.
I am pleased to present the SCORE Award for Outstanding Green Small Business to USA Gypsum. With SCORE mentor Lou Davenport, here to accept the award is USA Gypsum President and General Manager Terry Weaver.
Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? To be paradise, put up a parking lot. Why not? They pay paradise to put up a parking lot. Hey, 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 pay paradise, put up a parking lot.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here with you all tonight to receive this Green Business Award that SCORE has provided, and Office Depot has helped to support. You know, I'm just honored to be here and to accept this award, and really I'm accepting this on behalf of my customers, my employees, my family who put up with me while we were getting this thing going. And there's lots of others that have helped along the way. It's a Green Business Award, and when we first got started in this, nobody was talking about green business back in the late 90s or around 2000. And my interest really started in that because as a Mennonite farm boy growing up on the family farm in Lancaster County, we really maybe are the original environmentalists in that our livelihoods depended on clean air, water, and soil. And when I came across this concept and found out that contractors are paying to throw this gypsum-based drywall in the landfills, and farmers just down the road were buying mine gypsum that was imported from Nova Scotia to put on their fields, it was kind of something clicked there, and it was natural for me. And in fact, one of my uncles was one of my very first customers that put a large quantity on his fields, and we kind of proved out that it worked. But about 5 years ago, as you heard on the video, I met with Lou Davenport, who's my mentor, and he went to work on me and got me straightened up in some areas that needed improvement, like keeping a balance sheet organized the way it should be and the way a bank would like to look at it, not the way I wanted to see it. And got some of my other P&L reports right. But what he really helped me do that I don't know if I would have got there, at least not in the same fashion that we ended up with, was help me work with the banks to get financing. And I had financed things before, but I never really put together a full package business plan, solid projections and the ratios and all that sort of thing. And that was just invaluable to me, and I don't think we would have got the kind of financing package that we've gotten and capital to grow without that help. So last but certainly not least, you know, I think all the honor, you know, for my award at least, goes to Lou and all of the SCORE volunteers who are here that are, you know, volunteering their time, expertise, and experience to help other businesses like mine that need that kind of experience to succeed. And I just want to thank you all for that. Good night.